One person they should not have messed with was Nigel Farage. He will not rest. You know, we know he's a fantastic campaigner, great communicator, real pursuit of the truth, and he won't stop. He's going to keep going, and he's right. He's absolutely right. These people willfully shut him down for reasons which, frankly, are unacceptable, and then they breach data protection law by briefing the BBC, and that's Nigel's real. If you like, you know, if there's an axe to, if there's an axe to grind, that's the way to do it, through the breach of law on the data protection side.
And so careers probably hanging in the balance here, and everyone has their theories about who this trusted and senior source was that blabbed to Simon Jack of the BBC. It's not looking good, is it, for
no, it's not looking good.
Dame Alison Rose?
No, it isn't, and nor should it look good for her. You know, the bank has misled the public. It first said that, well, first of it was silent, then via the BBC it said it was because Nigel didn't have enough money. Then the subject access request was made by Nigel, which revealed, actually, the bank had been planning this for a year. They had decided to shut him down as soon as his mortgage was repaid. Nigel paid off his mortgage a little early, and the minute he did it, they cut his bank account out. And then the next thing you know, you've got the BBC putting false stories around. So, it's terrific Nigel is doing this. I was debanked, by the way, you know, and I kept silent about it because, as you do, you just find another bank and get on with it. But my business was debanked, and we had significant millions of pounds with the bank back in 2020. But we had 2 months in which to find another bank to, you know, put our money in.
And are you happy that that was a financial decision?
I don't know. I have now put in my own subject access request. So I will find... I wasn't aware of subject access requests until Nigel put his in.
Yeah.
But I have now put mine in, and I will find out what happened.
Would you care to name the bank? Or not yet
no, I mean, I think it's... Why not? It's Handelsbanken, which is, I think it's a Swedish bank. It was AAA rated, which is why we banked with it. There are very few AAA rated banks in the UK. We had a significant amount of cash with them. And in September 2020, I received a call from Handelsbanken. I didn't even receive a letter. I just got a call saying, we are going to be cancelling your bank account. You've got a couple of months in which to find a new bank. And we had, because we were a, you know, reasonable-sized company, we had a number of different bank accounts, including my personal account. And we had to go around, you know, phoning other banks to, you know, rapidly...
Do you want the business?
Do you want the business, yeah.
Well, go on. I was just going to say, this whole saga for Nigel Farage, whilst I'm sure it's been awful for him, has really prompted this conversation. And like you saying that now you're actually taking steps that you wouldn't have done before and weren't aware of being able to take, it does create a conversation that I think we need to have if this is happening. As you say, you kept silent about it, but, you know, a lot of us didn't know this was happening. No. And we need to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other mistake to make... I made a mistake staying silent and not, you know, raising the issues more forcefully back then. But the other mistake I think people are making is interpreting this, or the other mistake people may be prone to be making, is interpreting this as some kind of millennial woke contingent within Coutts. This isn't. This attack on Nigel, if you like, is driven through the regulatory framework. Coutts is encouraged by its regulatory framework to assess social injustice, and it does it, in Coutts' case and other companies, or all regulated companies, they often do it through promoting what they call diversity and inclusion. And once you adopt that as your core basis for addressing social injustice, you can interpret it whichever way you like.